iron seats distributed. Second, the issue of the goats. Number 3 is on the issue of the food from the prison. So we are here to listen from you. So you can have the mic. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair and honorable members. When I was appointed to this ministry, my senior was sick with COVID. So I was alone for about 3 weeks. But when she came back, everything that concerns the ministry, she has been doing it with the technical people. The only role that I have been doing is going for mobilization on the ground in the districts of Karamoja, but things concerning procurement, distribution, I wasn't involved at all. That's what I can submit.
The issues of the iron seats and others in the mobilization?
Yes, because they had given us a budget that was supposed to purchase goats and iron sheets for the Karuchunas, the youth who had voluntarily returned guns to the hands of the army. So we went on the ground to mobilize them. In the first month of my appointment, I went to almost all districts, about 6 districts of Karamoja. Apart from Karinga, Amdat, I was with some members of parliament to mobilize people to return guns. And we offer them alternative livelihood, giving them iron sheets and goats, and specifically they were Gala goats. So I did mobilization indeed with the army and members of parliament. But when it came to procurement, I didn't know what, and in the middle of preparing for the procurement, I fell sick. That was the time I was in hospital. By the time I came back, everything was done. And what I participated in was the commissioning of the distribution of goods by the president in the Moroto district. Yes, and iron sheets. Concerning
in your mobilization, what was the duration pegged to the distribution of the goats and the iron seats? The duration to be taken, the time.
They had done all the procurement processes, and we were ready for the immediately after the commissioning. We are supposed to distribute the goats and the iron sheets.
When was the commissioning?
It was in, I don't have it.
12th
of June. That's when we commissioned.
So you were saying at the time you went to commission, the procurement process was finalized?
Yes, that is the reason.
You had the iron seats and the goats.
The companies had already been awarded too. Because we had some goats, the Gala goats, those were pure Gala goats, the ones that the president commissioned on the grounds in the Moroto district.
But then what if they only procured for that function and the bulk was not yet done? What information did you have?
The bulk information I had from the technical part, because I kept asking how far we are, and they told me the procurement has been done, the contract has been awarded, and suppliers were going to begin and they said the process is ongoing. After the distribution, the technical people said the process is already ongoing and goods are being distributed. And indeed, when I visited Nakapipit district, I saw some goats at the holding ground in Nakapipit, but they were not all Gala goats. They were mixed up, local and white.
Okay. What about the iron sheets?
The distribution of the iron sheets after the commissioning, I didn't see the ongoing distribution.
Are you a beneficiary of the donations?
Yes, I'm a beneficiary of the donations.
Tell us, how did you donate to yourself?
No, the minister called me and informed me that I have some iron sheets for mobilization. And then I was called by the PA to the minister to go and pick them at the store.
For mobilization?
Yes.
Mobilization within the region or outside?
Outside the region.
Meaning to take to your...
To the household, to the landslide victims.
Of your region?
Yes.
Do we have that letter?
She didn't give me a letter.
Okay.
She just called me and informed me.
How
in her office.
Sheets?
2,000 iron sheets.
Have you used them?
Not yet, Madam Chair.
The petitioners are saying those who are having the iron sheets, return them to them. What is your position?
Madam Chair, I am ready to take advice of the committee.
We don't want to force people to do what they are not ready to do. You have to take independent position.
Yes, Madam Chair, I am very much aware that those iron sheets were not meant for Duda. And I am ready to take the advice of the committee. What you tell me to do with the iron sheets is what I will exactly do.
Our recommendations become effective after approval by Parliament. But at this point, you have to act independently. For us, we shall discuss our issues, and they only become effective when the recommendations are approved by the entire House.
Clarification, Madam Chair. Did the Minister know that those iron sheets were for Karamoja, or did you happen to know that there is some procurement that was done specifically for Karamoja, or you were not informed at all?
No, I didn't have that information.
So
I was off and on in the office, so I did not take, I did not ask too much.
Okay, so this, who, you said the minister is the one who called, it is her PA.
No, the minister called me herself in the office and informed me about the iron sheets that I had been allocated.
When did you receive the call?
It was after I had come back from hospital. It was around June.
Last year?
Last year, in June.
Madam Chair, I would like to know.
A very difficult question. And this meeting is not secret. My fears.
Okay.
So it's not secret. And yes.
Yeah, we also gave opportunity for the senior when she has requested to see us off this exposure. So we shall also give you that opportunity when we plan.
So the question is concerning my working relationship with my senior. I am not comfortable to say them before
that one we have ruled.
Yes. Yes, that is it. But Honorable Remigio asked a very interesting question. Was it Honorable Remigio or the MP from Pokora? You see, like I have told you before, that I was called to be given iron sheets. And this poor lady had just come back from hospital. Very bad experience. I did not have many questions to ask. But just like you told me to tell you the truth, this donation is that is going around about ministers. I wasn't willing to take part of it. So I declined.
You declined to pick, but you have already picked.
That one was in June.
So there is a new one?
No, this is in January.
Okay.
You got this one in January?
No, June last year.
What I have, I was given in June, last year. Yes.
What about what were you declining?
The new one of Jan.
You mean they were calling you to get more?
Yes. Yes.
You people, I think there is a problem with that lady.
So
Even in June, she gave. Now you mean this round, she was even calling people to give them more? Oh, I thought was given that.
So,
this time around, what was she promising to offer to you, with due respect?
I'll offer that information
in the in-house meeting. So, honorable members, I think at this point, let us release her. But I want to repeat, we did not invite her. She requested. We did not invite Kasaija on this matter. She requested. We want first to start with the distributor so that we get adequate information. But also those who have been attending the house, there was a statement made in the house. So, Honorable, we thank you for the declarations you have made before this committee. We shall get time and invite you for the confidential meeting. So at this point, we release you. Thank you so much. Members.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I promise that I will cooperate with the committee.
Thank you
so much.
Members, non-members of the committee out, except we have the CID. The CID should remain with us. Then
for the Honorable Minister Naduttu, especially where she says she was sidelined from day go and only left to do with mobilization. I have sympathy for her because I don't know what she's going to tell the people she has promised. The iron sheets are coming, the goats are coming. She will not be welcome again. So people will not trust her word again. And yet, it may not have been her fault in the way she has testified here, that it was beyond her control. My question is, why then did she keep silent? Because she needed to take feedback to the people she had promised. Goats are coming, iron sheets are coming, we will bring this. And she kept promising, making them hopeful every time. The iron sheets are coming. I had an interaction with her on one-to-one at the lobby. And she said the iron sheets are coming. And yet she knew that the iron sheets were not coming. She knew that she had already been allocated some. Honorable Naduttu, if you cared, why didn't you become the whistleblower in this case? Or you are just playing innocent here for the sake of saving your job because your boss has confessed, so you just want to go free? What was your role as a deputy minister? We expected you to support the people you are serving, but you didn't do that. You collaborated with the thieves. Let me know why you shouldn't be punished equally.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Chair and honourable members. I will begin with Honourable Faith. Indeed, I have been going through the region, and my mobilization, Honourable Chair, brought back a lot of guns to the army. The first month that I went to Karamoja, I mobilized even the LDUs who were hiding in the hills with 12 guns that belonged to government, returned them. And I have been telling people about the iron sheets. I want to inform this committee that I wasn't deceiving the people of Karamoja about the iron sheets, because I knew they had procured the iron sheets that are still in the stores. Some that had been donated had gone out, but we still have more. Even honourable members of parliament know that the iron sheets that are supposed to go to Karamoja. So I didn't deceive them. And
that the one you got was part of the one you were supposed to take to Karamoja?
No, I wasn't told, Honourable Chair. And as I told you earlier, that I did not also ask questions.
But you knew of the coloring? That
yeah, we in the senior top management meeting, we were the people who proposed the branding of the iron sheets and the coloring of iron sheets. Because was of our view that many iron sheets that go to the community are sold. And there is no government, nobody can know that this is government project. So we wanted government to be filled on the ground, that when you see this yellow iron sheets, OPM, this is government projects. And our target was to get rid of manyatas in Karamoja. So the iron sheets are there. I did not deceive them, and I would participate in the distribution of these iron sheets in Karamoja. The iron sheets are there, Honorable Faith.
Clarification, Madam Chair. Clarification.
All the iron sheets there.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, may I respond to?
We have understood the underlying issues. The iron sheets cannot be all there, because he's one of the beneficiaries. He declared. So let's allow her proceed, and we have our in-house meeting. So for now, we are doing our investigations. We take note, and she can give us her decisions, independent. But per now we are doing investigations, and we have heard her clearly. But on the issue of her statement, by the way, even if she has accepted to have this audience, she's still a minister. She can help us in this investigation. So we need that document, if it can be got, because you have seen the variety of the breeds that we have been informed on. If it is contrary to what was instructed, then we have to confirm on that. But also, the petitioners had raised this matter that for them they were more comfortable with their local breeds. So, Honourable Minister, unless you totally fail to get it, but we need it. It is a very big statement, by the way, with the number of the animals that died. Yes, so, Honourable Minister, yes, let's have Chair, then Benjamin, and our colleague here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I also want to associate myself with those who have thanked the Honorable Minister for sincerity. My feeling is that the Honorable Naduttu, since she got iron sheets last year, in her heart of hearts, she knew this was wrong. I think that's why she was keeping the iron sheets. And really, the pattern is clear. The minister calls the beneficiary, the one who is supposed. After that, the next call is instruct the PA to call the store. So you can see the source of all these problems. Now, Habao takes the instructions from, he is a personal assistant to the minister. So this one is told, call the store and tell the store to give Honorable Naduttu 2,000 and she's call the store to. So now, definitely, the statement the Honorable Minister Kituttu signed here, owning up the mess, attests to the fact that she created this. The only mishap is that I wish Naduttu at that time had refused to receive the 2,000. I wish she had refused to receive the 2,000. But the one thing I say, can she also give us information? Because there is food that is alleged to have gone to the UPDF, to police, and some other places. Since you are really, we saw you have been in Karamoja. Did you participate in getting food from Namalu Prison Farm, giving out to somebody? Did you get some? Tell us anything about food. Did you participate in giving out this? Thank you.
My concern also was on food, but there is the other thing I would wanted to mention.
the question is asking the minister, being a minister of state, is like you are an administrator. Now, that food has been in the stores for so many years, and yet the starvation has been eating people have been dying. Did you know that the food is there, and what really did you do? Now, the other question is the one of iron sheets and goats. She's a very good mobilizer. I want to satisfy that I moved with her and therefore believed in Naduttu better than anybody. But we are surprised to hear Naduttu has taken their iron sheets. But I want to say this, that goats and iron sheets, as we moved with her, were a very good tool for mobilization and also a very good thing for empowering the people around there. People are really in poverty. So when people heard of this, I think Karamoja is not a region. I think the person that can empower, it will recall of the medical recall of the first lady, that when she was a minister, the situation in Karamoja totally improved after the time when she was changed from that ministry. So now Karamoja has a number of things that the minister would be mobilizing to do. We have talked of food. The minister has gone from here before we asked him how much food is ready. January has gone. This is February, now coming to March. Towards the end of April, we are going to hear complaints from Karamoja. People have died. We expect that food should have been bought, and this should have been the work of the minister following up all these things. Now, the other fact is, all oxen have been stolen. When the season comes, our people have been using oxen for plowing. There is nothing for plowing. How do we get these oxen? We expect the minister to have mobilized, together with us, mobilize these oxen, be given to people so that they use them for plowing. But it has been surprising to get these out.
You said all of them have been stolen. By who?
Now, when you come to not by the minister, there is a difference. The other one is a raid from by the Karachuna on the other side. So Karachuna.
Honestly, we have to apportion responsibilities. Even if I were the minister for Karamoja, after giving maybe a tractor, I cannot sit there to protect that tractor. We have the district security team, which oversees a lot of insecurity matters and so forth. But that aside, let's have Benjamin. Then I go back to my...
Honorable Minister, what I want to know, had you made any formal request before you met them, before you discussed that issue with the minister? Had you made any requisition like for iron sheets?
My request that I had made was to Disaster Ministry of Disaster Preparedness. That is when I requested, that's why I requested the iron sheets for the landslide victims of Bududa. But for these ones that was given to me by the minister, I did not request. Not in writing, not verbally.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Nancy and David.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to ask Madam Minister, from June until February, okay, today we are already on the 3rd of March. We've been having so many issues of landslides in Bududa in your district. Why have you decided to keep these iron sheets from that time until now, and yet you know you even had issues and you made requests, much as yes, this one came from a different source? Why did you decide to keep it up to now and you haven't distributed it to your beneficiary?
I had to mobilize, hadn't mobilized. You know the nature of our people these days, our voters, with the poverty that is prevailing, sometimes they sell these things. So my condition was to put up a shelter, and then you get the iron sheets. Shelter.
Sure.
A structure for you to roof.
As a condition.
Otherwise, they end up selling them.
David?
Chair, thank you. Chair, I wanted to find out whether, because in our submissions you mentioned that she submitted a request to the Ministry of Disaster. Have they given you the iron sheets?
No, the Disaster Ministry has not yet given me the iron sheets, but they promised to give me.
Okay, Benjamin and Albert?
Well, mine is simple. She has just said that she mobilized the people to put structures first. What are you going to tell those people that have already put up structures in anticipation of getting iron sheets from Honorable Naduttu?
With the social media and the media that we have now, everybody in Bududa knows that even the iron sheets that the minister got did not belong to Bududa. And they will understand that the iron sheets have gone back to where they belong.
But if we went there, would we get those who have put up structures?
Thank you.
Albert.
Chair, mine is very simple. I want to thank the daughter of God for being sincere before this committee. She has consented, and she says she was also influenced by Satan. So, I think if anything, she can even be forgiven because she's straightforward and honest. That's what the Bible says also. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not seeing any other hand up. Honour Minister, by the way, let's have the record right. We have not yet started inviting the beneficiaries from the donations. No. The ones who appeared are the ones who have made requests. We have not yet. Because remember, we took a decision that the Honour Minister should tell us where the iron seats are. And even today she has promised that she's going to come with the detailed information. So let it be captured right. We have not started inviting the beneficiaries of the donation. Honorable Kasaija, you were here. He said, you know, help me to relieve myself. Otherwise I have to go and search for the media people. He requested, even our state minister requested. So with this Honourable Minister, we thank you for the information and the sincerity. This committee at this point is not going to force any person on what to do over the iron seats in their possession. If somebody decides that, you know, I want to give it, we shall take note that it is a voluntary action. It's a voluntary action in good
for showing up and being patient down. Every time I would go there, you're asking, is it my turn? I'm glad that you have actually shown up. I just wanted to ask, as a member of, let's say, senior management of the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs, what is your schedule of duty? Because for as long as you're actually working with the senior minister, there are roles that you actually play. And if these roles are not very clear, then you'll actually be able to carry the title and attend meetings where you are not fully delegated to be able to say what you should be doing as a minister. The second question that I wanted to be able to ask you, you could actually really provide us more information. At what point did you know that the actions of the senior minister were not in keeping with the procedure of operation? Because I remember vividly, Honorable Naduttu, when we were in Morulinga, and the president pronounced about the goats. I saw you together with the minister clapping your hands, as if it was like, now it has come, this is what we wanted. So I would be interested to know, at what point did you part ways? To the point that now you are even regretting having received iron sheets. Because that would be very interesting for us to be able to know, and you could be a good ally the next time round we go to the region. The last one, the last one is, there is a lot of cloud in the procurement of goods and the process they are in, to the point that there were contract managers of that particular activity, but within the ministry, and that information is not very clear. We got defective, we got a raw deal. Many goats died in the process. Many goats were not delivered. I really would wish that you would avail some information about this contract of the goats, if you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's have the summary. Honorable David and the Chair, Education.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Part of my question was asked already by my colleague.
This committee, when she called you, what exactly did she tell you that I am offering you iron sheets, I am giving iron sheets, I'm doing it? What exactly did she tell you?
She told me you have landslide victims in Bududa who need to be helped.
Okay.
Whose houses had been swept away by landslides.
Okay.
Just like another region in Bududa, so in the Bukis region. So if you take these iron sheets, they'll help you mobilize the people for other government programs, because this is government project.
Did she write anything that you go and get? How did you go to pick them? Because before, when you go to these stores, they need some document, some evidence to see that you are getting 2,000 or 3 or 4. Did you get any letter?
To the best of my knowledge, the minister had a PA who I think was believed so much that just a call to the stores that this person is coming to pick. The stores people will release the iron sheet. So I wasn't given any document to collect.
So the store people would just offer
it was
instructions
the PA.
of a phone.
It was a PA who was in charge.
What is the name of the PA?
It's called Joshua.
Joshua who
Joshua
just
Bahu.
left.
Yes.
The one. Joshua Baho or Joshua Samu?
Joshua Baho.
Baho, yeah.
Yes.
The one who had just left. Okay, let's take note.
Chair.
Let's have him.
Chair, yes, from the good submission of the Honorable Minister, there is something I picked. It's like you are not free, you are not at liberty to perform your duties in presence of the senior minister. We would want you to confirm that to this committee so that we can take it. I don't know whether as the state minister, junior minister for Karamoja Affairs, you are not free to move to Karamoja without her permission. Because I want to know this chaos about the GOAT project. You have just informed us that the president ordered that only Gara goats should be given to the Karamajong. Have you ever informed the appointing authority that the order you gave is not being implemented? Is her way of what is happening in Karamoja? Because you are still the political head in the region. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you so much.
To mix up the goats, because there is mixed cross, there is the East African, there is the local and all that. I think that one, she said why she was sick, and she was not part of the procurement process. She was not part and parcel of it. I believe that one we could reserve it, that as we meet the other team, still they can enlighten us more why there was change of decision to deviate from the presidential directive to go and mix up the goats. Then the second one concerning the iron sheets. Chair, concerning the iron sheets, like the way Kasaija also consented that he was called and he was given, which is the same thing to Honorable Naduttu. And maybe now the return issue, maybe could first wait, because either she is entitled to return it to who? Because she might return to the stores there and they disappear from that side. So maybe she could, since she has them in her position, they are more safer than when there will be maybe an advice of how they can return them as we finish up the work?
As I had guided.
I only wanted to find out whether you normally get the delegation from the minister in response to your works in Karamoja. Do you normally get any delegation from the minister? Are you delegated normally in response to your works in Karamoja?
Thank you. Honorable Chair, Education.
Honorable Chair and honorable colleagues, thank you for the opportunity. Let me first introduce myself. I'm called Trustee John Ntamuhira, Member of Parliament for Bunyaruguru County, in the Ruvirizi District and the Chair Education and Sports Committee. I'm here, Madam Chair, to participate in the proceedings as an ex-official. But I have one question for the Honorable Minister. In your own opinion, do you think what you did was, or immoral right, to take property that you never asked for? I mean the iron sheets. Do you think, in your opinion, what you did was moral or not? Thank you.
The last one, we are going to have
I was just trying to inquire if you also got any goats, any donation of goats.
The goats.
Madam Chair, the goats that the President directed to be supplied to Karamoja were Gala goats that can only survive in dry areas. Only in dry areas, and Karamoja is a dry land. That's why the President had that initiative, and he had secured market in Saudi Arabia for those goats to be exported there. So how could I take Gala goats in a very wet area, very cold area of Bududa with a lot of landslides? And the goats were not meant for Bududa. They were meant for Karamoja. That directive, I had it very well. We had meetings in Mororinga with honorable members. Those Gala goats were for Karamoja. Thank you.
Can you give us...
The Chair and the Honorable Minister for showing up. My other question is, what's the plan for the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs now? What's the plan for Ministry of Karamoja Affairs touching the aspect of the hydroform machines? We have just heard that they've been cancelled. They will not be going to the region again. How are you going to... I hope you have a plan to go and demobilize that before they start blaming MPs for blocking. Okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Yes, Faith.
Yes, the directive of the President was Gala goats because of their ability to survive in dry land areas.
Can we get evidence to that?
He said it in Mororinga. Even honorable members of Parliament, Honorable Achia was in Mororinga.
But now we need evidence. Yes.
I thank the Minister for her submission. Because concerning the goats, like the procurement people were here, maybe we could ask them under what circumstances do they now
African, the Gala goats.
Can we get a copy of that paper?
The documents that are the ministry.
Because now the types we have are more than of Gala goats. East Africa, yes.